Welcome my friends, Seven Gray here. The last few days have been a little bit stressful for me, and I'm working a lot on getting recentered, trying to regroup my energy and get going again. Let me explain what's going on. It started RTR event working from sunrise to sundown, just going non-stop. And admittedly, although I got a lot of stuff done and moved forward, the place is looking so much better inside my step van and feels like home. All of that came, I think, at a cost. I had a lot of help with my project. Super grateful for everyone who just jumped in and made my grand opening of the step van happen. It was fabulous. It was a wonderful event. But leading up to that, I was pretty exhausted. And as you know, I only released maybe 3 videos over a 10-day period of time, just because I was so intent on working on the step van and getting things done that I canceled doing everything else, doing the videos and sacrificing some routines and things that I've typically done during my day. One of the things that I really enjoy and I think helps out with remaining centered is doing meditation. Each morning I try to take a few minutes and just sit out anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes and just sit and meditate. Meditation's something that I've been working on for the last few years, and it really helps clear my head and get focused and just get my day going. And without the meditation, things just seem a little out of control and chaotic instead of being more ordered and centered. And I imagine those of you that have gotten into meditation have seen similar results. Working on these bolts, just trying to loosen them up and repurpose these bolts. One thing you should know about me is that I have lots of conspiracy theories and theories about life in general. And one of these theories is that each of us have a threshold and thresholds are different. Some people have really thick skin and are able to take a lot of insults and demeaning comments before they sort of have a mental breakdown. Sometimes it's just somebody cutting you off in traffic and the person will have a breakdown. Yesterday I had a breakdown. So this basically happens when life just seems too intense and too many things happen all combined together, and you reach this threshold, and for me I just start breaking down crying and sobbing. And I think when it first happened it really freaked me out, and since then I've realized that it's very human and probably actually psychologically a good thing to have happen and a healthy thing to have happen occasionally. Of course not all the time. So for me, that's maybe every 6 months to every 2 years. I think maybe it's been over a year for me. But it's also a sign that maybe you've taken on too much during that period of time, and that's what happened to me. And the breaking point was drilling into my battery. I'll link that episode above. I had a Trojan T105 battery, and I just drilled through a wall of plywood right into the battery and had battery acid everywhere. It got on my hands a little bit, got some baking soda and took care of all that. The hands are fine, by the way. I'm not wearing the gloves because of that. It's just sort of cold out this morning. All of us have this threshold, and the threshold's different for each of us, and a certain number of things will combine together, and then you hit this threshold, and then you just have a breakdown. Yesterday I decided to just take the day off, and I didn't do anything. I just I wanted to meditate. I wanted to just do some surfing and research online and just have some personal time. Went for a walk and doing some things just for me to allow myself to get recentered. Yesterday it helped just to have a hug. Dorothy was here, Andy's wife, and she just gave me a big long hug during that crisis moment when I had my meltdown, and that was really nice, really helpful to me. So anyway, today I'm back at it, but I'm trying to move at a little bit slower pace and watching my mental health a little bit more. One of the things I've been thinking a lot about recently is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This was developed years and years ago and is probably no longer even fully accurate. But the concept, the overall concept, just removing any of the arguments about where the items are in the pyramid and what your basic needs are. And the basic concept is a solid one. And that is that we have basic human needs. Each of us, I think, have a different threshold to what stresses us out and pushes us over the edge emotionally. Today I got some work done. Again, I'm moving forward, decided to get back into the swing of things, but not quite at the same pace that I was having before. You'll notice over here I've mounted the inverter in my power box. That's pretty cool. Excited about that. I've not touched the battery to do a repair there. I'm working on the battery box itself that's going to hold the 4 batteries. And my idea for that is that I'm going to paint latex paint that I salvaged from Lowe's in their discards. And I'm going to paint the inside of the wood box with that to sort of seal it. And then it will be ventilated. A few of you wrote comments concerned about the ventilation. I do have ventilation planned, so no need to worry about that. I have Giuseppe and a couple of other people that are going to be looking at how I get that all set up. Make sure that I do it in a safe way. I don't know if I have a specific message in this episode, but if I did, it would be take care of yourself mentally and emotionally as much as you can before trying to tackle anything else. I think mental and emotional health is important, and trying to find a balance. I really like the concept in Buddhism of the middle way, and that's not having extremes one way or the other. In other words, staying in bed all day, that might be one extreme, and going all out at work and working 12-hour days with no breaks for yourself, that may be the other extreme. So finding a balance somewhere in the middle that works for you, that gives you functionality in life, interactions with others, and allows you to flourish and grow and nurture yourself emotionally, intellectually. And if you're into religion, I would include the spiritual aspect as well. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next episode.